Hi guys. Welcome to the third episode of We Get That a Lot. If you are still with us, thank you. You're brave.
We thank you for your service to our cause.
Thank you guys for tuning in another week. This is very exciting. We're on a third episode now. So far, we have gone over movies. We have determined the best movie of 2024, which was The Substance. Insert clapping effect.
I freaking love The Substance.
We know.
I've already
you were the tiebreaker that brought her to first place, and it was amazing.
What was the runner-up?
We Live in Time, which was mine.
Right. That's going to be on Max.
No, Iron Claw.
Oh.
Either
that is on Max.
Either or. That one is on Max. And then last week we discussed our 7 wonders of the world. We came up with what our 7 wonders of the world would be. And they were very good. They were silly.
You should check that out if you didn't. If you missed the second episode.
And if you feel so inclined, maybe even comment what your 7 wonders would be. Because I would be so curious to know.
Among the other things that we asked you to comment.
Yeah,
about
all the other things. We asked for many, many things. Your Harry Potter house. That's all I can think of.
I asked
a fact check or two.
Yeah.
But no, comment whatever you want.
Freedom of speech.
Freedom of speech. Some people don't know anything about that.
I wonder where TikTok stands now when this airs.
Yeah.
Who knows? I guess we'll find out. This is like a time capsule.
No, this is literally a time capsule. But anyways, here we are, week 3. And this week, we are going to be discussing hobbies
and hyperfixations.
2 really awesome things that can kind of go hand in hand. I feel like it's pretty easy for a hyperfixation to become a hobby, and a hobby only the one way, actually.
And for
I was on a track and then I stopped. Chugga, like stopped.
Yeah, I don't have.
Anyways. So yeah, we're going to discuss some of our hobbies, some of our hyperfixations that have turned into hobbies, and all that good stuff in between.
Yeah.
So to start us off,
our newest hobby that we've been doing is pole classes, actually.
I would say workout classes as a whole.
Yeah.
But I feel like the pole classes have been a really, really hard
We literally
driver.
were at one last night and also this morning. I was humbled this morning.
No big deal. We moved up to beginner 1.
I'm covered in bruises. Like, I look like something really bad is going on. I bruised immediately last night. Like, we were still in the stew, and I was like,
we were in the stew.
I was blue in the stew.
I was blue in the stew.
Yeah.
It's the Irish blood.
Not good.
It's the fair skin. Because no, I also bruised quite literally immediately. Like I was just showing Jackson. Obviously, you know Jackson by now. Editor extraordinaire, amazing, everything else life partner. Freddie. But I was showing him our video because at the end of class we normally we'll video what we learned to kind of keep it fresh in the brain, remember the moves that we did because they build upon them each class. So I was showing him what I did, and we were recounting how this beginner class didn't feel very beginner. We were definitely humbled a little bit.
Delaney, okay, she's gonna fool you. She's
gonna fool you.
She did good. Much better than me. Like eons.
I think that's no. I don't think that's true.
You're lying. You're being humble.
I mean, I am humble at times, but this is not one of them.
No.
You really think?
You weren't like perfect, but like
you really were not perfect.
Being humbled, but like you were like actually going around the pole doing like kind of what you were supposed to. I kept just falling straight to the ground. Our instructor was wonderful. However, I am terrified of anything less than perfection at all times. So I was so worried that she was going to be like, she's not trying. And so I saw her go, just do it. And you were like, okay.
I literally think I was like, yes, ma'am. And because I'm so scared of not being perfect or not, like excelling at things. Okay. One thing about hobbies I will say is I go through them like I go through Diet Cokes in a day. That's a lot for those that don't know that metric. Not anymore. I've kind of toned it down to like one a day, but still.
Wow.
It's a new year and it's a new me. Like there are a lot of things.
Wow. I'm impressed.
We should be talking about New Year, New Me. I feel like the hobbies ties into that. Hobby ties into that.
Oh, Dolly is. Oh, sorry. She looked at me.
She got nervous.
She was jumping onto the counter to jump on top of the fridge to watch us from above.
Anyways, I know I'm like trying not to look at her. Give her privacy.
Wow, that was really fast.
If only you
that
could
little
see her.
jingle bell, if you could vaguely hear that, was her.
Yeah, my cat is sitting on top of the fridge. She really likes to look down upon us and just kind of watch over it, like a guardian angel, you could say. Oh, sorry. I was saying I go through hobbies like I go through Diet Cokes in a day. I give you the metric, conversion. Girl, she just did a handstand on the fridge.
She was just trying to go above the cabinets
she didn't
now.
She can't do that because last time she did that, she had literal dust in her belly fur and was like dragging it around the apartment.
She's looking at us like she's pissed that she's saying that out loud to the audience.
She doesn't like when I expose her. I go through a lot of hobbies. I feel like I really don't do good with not being perfect at things. Yeah. And so I drop things very quickly.
I do the same thing.
Yeah.
Unsurprisingly.
I really don't. It's kind of like we get that a lot.
Yeah.
I really don't like not being perfect at something first go around. And I think that's kind of the difficulty when starting a hobby is having to be okay with not being good at something.
Yeah.
I don't do good with that. I'm learning though.
Yeah, I didn't like the class today because I was like, I'm really not. Beginner, I was like, oh wait, no, this was beginner.
This was beginner. Intro.
So we took 2 intro classes and then we took beginner. You're supposed to take, 2's the minimum, but they recommend 3. But last night, our instructor was like, why are you here?
She was kind of like, you guys are.
I did a dip turn and she was like.
I felt a little confidence boost where I was like, wait, why am I here? I don't know. I should be, low-key, I should be in pro.
Put me in spin pole.
And I loved her confidence in us.
Yeah.
But I definitely could have done one more intro class.
It was really kind of her.
No, so kind.
I would even go back to do another intro class before going back.
Never say never, girl. Never say never. But yeah, so we had beginner pole class today. We bruised tremendously, which is probably not what's supposed to happen. But again, that's what happens when you try something new. Sometimes you're not going to be perfect at it. And sometimes it's going to feel like you need to rip all of your hair out and smash your head into the pavement if you're not getting it on the first try. But we move.
We do move.
We do move.
And you know, like sometimes even when you're practicing to be perfect, bad things also happen. Because
there are tears in my eyes right now. I just want to.
Lady has a bit of
stop. I just want a
story that happened this week regarding her practicing pole. Yeah.
I just want to put on the record. I have begged to not share this story, and Kaylee has been so adamant that I must share it. That now I feel a little bit like baby's in a corner, and nobody puts baby in a corner, but you have. And I'm sitting there,
and you're all welcome.
And I'm waiting to come out of the corner because this was, okay, again, I think I said this last episode. I might have said it this time. I think I said it last episode when we were talking about running to the Moynihan Trail Station and running. I get embarrassed easily. One of my many flaws, I get embarrassed over literally everything all the time.
I don't get embarrassed.
And I wish that I was more like you in that regard because I'm not lying. Walking down the street, I bow my head in shame.
Be embarrassed.
And I let myself. I let myself to the maximum. I walk down the street bowing my head because I'm like, I can't believe I'm walking the street. Everyone's laughing at me. I probably have a hole in my pants. I'm always constantly thinking something's wrong.
Something's so epically wrong all of the time.
I don't know if anyone's counted, but I do also... Again, with the embarrassment regard, say sorry a lot. So anytime I make any joke, I'll be like, sorry. Which is embarrassing in its own sense to me. But this story is highly embarrassing to me. And I think in a normal regard.
Awesome story.
This is normally embarrassing.
This is an awesome story.
So even on my scale, this is through the roof. About 2 years ago-ish, I had thought about, I was like, oh my God, I kind of want to get into pole fitness. I also, other small disclaimer, started a somewhat of a fitness journey about a year or two ago where I started being like, I need to work out more, like hobby-like. I was obsessed with being like, I need to be healthy.
Isn't that also when that movie came out about the strippers with J-Lo and Constance Wu? Cardi B did a cameo. Yes.
I think that came out like a while before that, but I don't know. I don't know. But anyway,
I just feel like there was a big boom of like
probably
like
you're probably correct.
And like strippers. I don't know.
Like, no. You're probably right.
Like in a like a mainstream way. Yeah. Not in like a.
No, you're probably right.
Like, oh, go to the strip club.
Yeah.
See a stripper on a pole. Like.
Yeah. No. You're probably right.
Right.
I was in the beginning of my fitness journey, and I was like, literally like doing anything I could to think of other ways to exercise besides just. And I also, again, did not have money at the time. We were living in our old apartment, which I was not a big fan of. I was living alone at the time.
But you were not
always. I was in a 2-bedroom by myself. Not a great situation to be in, honestly. I was alone a lot.
In New York.
I love being alone. I really love being alone. However, I do understand it's not always the greatest thing for me. But I had all this space, and I was like, I don't want to keep going to the gym every day.
The gym in that building, I lived in that building.
It was treacherous. I'm not going to lie.
It was, I never went in it.
Everything was broken.
It was
scary.
Me out a bit. It was in the basement, which like the basement wasn't even like
that's not the scare. My gym now is in the basement, and it's
but
awesome.
Like it just was like there was a vibe.
There was a vibe there. There was always some weird stuff going on. Everything was always broken. It was just not a good vibe, and it was kind of like a haul and a half for me to go do that mentally and physically. At the time,
I always thought someone was gonna come in and like murder me.
I always had that thought. I have that thought a lot in gyms and movie theaters.
I don't get it in gyms publicly. Movie theaters, I get it.
Private gyms, I mean, like in a building gym.
Oh, like here?
Like here, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Like when I go down the stairs, I keep a flashlight because I'm like, someone's waiting to kill me. But that's another issue I have with the killer. Like,
we'll get into the killer.
We'll get into the killer another time, but that's another just one of my things that I think are after me all the time. But I was looking for different ways of fitness. Like I even bought one of those like little like, remember the stepper? I had the stepper thing.
Yes.
And I did use that, I won't lie. But I was like, what's something I could use? I also have no upper body strength.
Remember
so I was
when you bought a tattoo gun?
Okay. Well, wait, pause.
You're like,
because that's another one. That's another one. I was like, what's something to build my upper body strength?
Like a week ago.
Oh, pole fitness. That's supposed to be really good for upper body strength. Our instructor today told us it should take no upper body strength to pick yourself up.
I beg to differ.
I don't know if that's true, but I was like, you know what? I want a pole. I have a second bedroom that I use as my office. I have all the space. Why not? So, lovely Jackson was like, here. I think it was around a holiday, and he was like, here, I'll get that as like a gift or something for you. They're only like $100. They're really not that expensive. Yeah. But he was like, sure, if that'll like make you happy, it'll give you something to do. It's a form of exercise. Like that's, do what you got to do. I was also incredibly depressed at this point in time and was like, I need an endorphin somewhere, somehow. I need to find one. Get me one now. Yeah. So I was like, awesome. We've got the pole. Let's get her set up. I did practice for a while, like in my apartment.
It's also important to note that our classes we take use a static pole.
This was spin pole. So when you see like in person, in media, whatever, someone on a pole and they're like spinning continuously a lot, they're typically on a spin pole. And that's why they're going around so much. Static pole is when the pole just stays there and you have to do the spinning.
It's like a baseline to get to static pole. So you like... Or to spin pole, so then you like have
that baseline.
You're not relying on
ability
like
to.
Yeah, you have to be able to hold yourself up first. They want you to, at least where we are, they want you to like have the baseline first and know that you can like hang off the ground for 30 seconds.
That's
before you start.
And
spinning
I see why. I was practicing at this point in time, and I was like, wow, I have really no upper body strength. This is awesome. And then eventually, like all things, I just got bored of it, stopped using it, and was done with that. Didn't throw it away, because why would I throw that away? That was an investment. Brought it here with us to our new apartment. We took the pole class, and I was like, oh, that was so fun. Like, I really want to practice more, because, I mean, we go to one class a week. Like, that's not enough for me. Oh, wait, I have one here. Keep in mind, again, I have a spin pole. I can make it static, but I forget how to do that, so not an option.
Yeah, they
for
don't
me.
show us how to do that because they're already locked when we go in there.
Yeah, so I was like, okay, look, I'm literally sitting at my kitchen table. I have room. Let me put her up.
Yeah.
I won't lie. I did it twice. The first time, no issues. Totally fine. Like, I had it fixed. We were good to go. And I was like, wow, this is actually really good. Like, I do appreciate the extra, like, practice time away from everyone else. Once again, my embarrassment gets the best of me, and I get nervous to do things wrong in front of people. So I was like, not really practicing as well as I should have in class, because I was like, everyone's judging me, everyone's looking at me. And so I was like, I'm in the comfort of my own home. No one's here. Like, I can practice here, and I'm doing better. And fine. This week, I decided to do that again. Went off perfectly the first time. No issues. This time, there was something different. That something was, unbeknownst to me, my pole was not set up sturdy enough. Only did I find, forget it, I'm just going to talk normal. I fell off the pole. The pole fell and broke my coffee table.
Here's a picture of the coffee table.
So the incredible thing about this fall is that my coffee table is wood with like a glass panel on top of it so that you can see underneath it. The glass unscathed. Nothing happened to the glass.
Yeah, I thought when she told me about this, I was like, oh, did the glass shatter? And she was like, nope.
The glass was fine. However, the wood of my coffee table completely splintered.
It's also sitting right here.
It's also sitting, yeah, I'm looking at it right now. We love this coffee table. I immediately, like, talk about embarrassment, never felt embarrassment like that. And I was alone. I texted Jackson saying something bad happened. And he was like,
also
are you
texted
okay?
me that. You were like,
Because
something
I
bad
was
happened.
like, well, that's the thing. I had no plans to tell anyone about this. I couldn't not tell him. We live together. Our coffee table's broken. Like, what else was I going to say? So I had to tell him, and he was like, it's okay. We'll find another one. I was like, you are an angel.
He said he could fix it with wood
You're an
glue.
angel of a person, because no. I fucked up. I messed up. I broke the coffee table. I'm embarrassed. I did bad. I need a new coffee table. I'm buying it right now. Well, guess what? They don't sell our coffee table anymore. We bought it 4 months ago, and it's unavailable everywhere. My perfect coffee table is broken. My spirit is broken. My pole is unscathed, and the glass is unscathed. One of my vases is broken. One of our candles is broken. Totally fine. You should. Again, nothing would embarrass me more than knowing there's footage of it happening, but I wish I could see logistically what went down in the moment. Because again, I was essentially unscathed. I am bruised a little bit. Not really, though. I kind of caught myself, but it was one of those things. There was so much motion going on that all I could do was watch it fall into the coffee table. I had a vase full of flowers, flower petals everywhere, glass everywhere, candle. And I'm like,
what does Dolly do?
She was asleep in my bed.
Under the covers,
And then as I finally was like, what do I do? Like, I panicked. I got my broom and my dustpan out. I was like, I'm going to clean everything up. It's going to be fine. She just like sauntered down and was like, what's that? And then walked by. And then walked by. Literally was like, who did that? And then walked by. Like, so yeah, that's what Kayla wanted me to tell everybody, that I broke my coffee table trying to practice pole here. I was heavily considering not even going to class last night because I felt so embarrassed by it. Like, we started class and Kaylee was like, is this triggering you? And I think I had to tell you or you said, is this giving you PTSD? But before you even said P, I was like, stop, this is bad. I'm upset.
Yeah.
But I'm back on the horse. I'm back on the horse.
You're back on the saddle?
I'm back in the saddle.
Is that what
in
it
the
is?
saddle? Am I in the saddle or am I on the
don't
saddle?
know.
Something.
You're
to do
on
with
the
that
horse
saddle.
in
I'm
the
on that
saddle.
horse, and the horse is moving forward to beginner classes because we took that this morning and it went well. And this is a hobby that I'm hoping remains, but you're a little skeptical about moving forward with it.
Well, okay. I feel like I need to like condition myself. Like
conditioning class. I feel like that's
yeah, I'm scared of the conditioning class though. However, they have a flexibility class that I want to do.
I think we should do that.
Because I really have been discovering that my hips are very tight.
Yeah,
and anytime we stretch in any class, like we went to puppy yoga.
We did go to puppy yoga, and that was so much fun.
We loved puppy yoga.
We went for Kaylee's birthday.
Yes.
We made a TikTok about it. It was so much fun. And I thought it was a really good price.
Yeah, it was like...
It was $75.
Did that include the $5 off? Because you get like $5 off your...
I think with tax, it came back up to $75 or something.
Yeah.
It was an hour.
They have a $5 off thing on their website.
Yeah.
It was... I think it was... Wasn't it 75 minutes? Or maybe it was...
It was 75. Yes, it was. It was 45 of...
45 yoga. And they had the puppies out when you were doing the yoga.
Yeah.
And then you got the rest of the time
was
to play with the puppies.
And they included bottomless mimosas as well. And you got to play with the puppy. Like, it was just... I thought it was a really good experience. Like, obviously not to do every week, but I thought it was a really good, like, event thing to do.
I love French Bulldogs, and they had them this week.
Yeah. When we met, we had the Dalmatians. And honestly, we did not think that's what they were going to be. We thought they were going to be the mini schnauzers, right?
No, we thought they were going to be... Were they schnauzers?
I thought they were the mini ones, right?
Perhaps.
Or dachshunds. No, not dachshunds.
No, they were supposed to be dachshunds. Yes.
And then the Dalmatians came out, but honestly, they were so cute. It was fine.
No, they were really cute.
It was so much fun. We also, Kaylee and I, as of right now, are not drinking.
Unless it's like
an occasion.
A birthday. Like, it has to be
like...
a purpose, not just like...
Like, I won't lie. Like, you saw in the story, we had a glass of champagne.
Like, that was an occasion. That was our launch.
For the launch. We had a drink at your birthday. And that... Or no, we had a drink at puppy
mimosas at puppy yoga.
I'm sorry, that is one
they were
that we paid
free
for.
Though.
We paid. They were bottomless and we paid for it. I wasn't gonna not get our money's worth.
And it was my birthday.
But
whatever.
We've been trying. That's an event. We've just been trying to draw back on our drinking. I do socially rely on drinking a lot. I get very anxious in social settings, and I'm typically like, must have drink in hand, must talk to people with drink in hand so I can stir drink or look at drink, or oh no, I must get another drink. I can disappear now.
Drink.
So I've been trying to kind of push myself out there, and we have decided.
You also get like super hungover.
I literally turn into a plague victim. Like, it is really, no, it's really bad. Like, something has developed in me, and I don't know what it is, but it will truly be, I will have like 3 glasses of wine, and that will give me the same effect as having like 10 green tea shots, which is crazy, but it's all the same in the end for me. So that's why I've kind of been like, I'd rather just not, if I could just not.
Yeah. I started blacking out, like not drinking a lot.
And you didn't used to black out ever.
I blacked out maybe twice before that.
It wasn't a
like
common
before
occurrence,
it became common. But I literally would not drink a lot. Like, I really wouldn't. And then the next morning I'd be like, I like can't remember what was going on.
That's never a good feeling. Anxiety was also getting the absolute best of me.
Yeah.
I was starting to think, and I've had issues with delusions before, but no, like further, yeah, I have had delusions of grandeur. Like, but like more than that, to where like I will misremember things that I do and be like, did I say that? I said that, didn't I? And that mixed with anxiety is crazy.
Yeah.
Me thinking that I said and did things that I never did, and I also have eyewitnesses. Like, that was just getting too scary, where I was like, did I do something really, I think I did something really bad. And everybody would be like, you didn't do literally anything. You actually sat quietly by yourself. You were fine. But I don't know. It's just not worth it.
Yeah.
It's just not worth it. And apparently everyone else in the world also thinks that, because I've been getting...
It's dry January.
That's very true. I mean, again, I don't know if it's probably just something in the air and the media and the technology of the world that's pushing things that we're talking about because they're listening to us. But I feel like I've been seeing and again, I know it's dry Jan, but like I feel like I've seen so many people being like, I'm not drinking. And I'm like, wait, did you take my idea? Because I'm the first person that thought about that.
Yeah,
I'm the first person that's ever thought about that.
Yeah.
But with that being said, we're not really drinking. We're really getting into our fitness. We've been doing our workout classes. We're doing our workout classes on top of pole. We've also been going to dance classes, which has been really fun. That's awesome. We both danced a little bit when we were younger.
You danced more than me. I only did 2 full years of dance.
When was it? What ages were you?
I did it, I think, in 6th grade.
And was that a hobby or a sport that you enjoyed doing, or was it just like something that went along with something
I
else?
considered it a sport.
Sorry,
However,
I didn't mean was it a sport. It is a sport. I meant, was it like something you were doing, like, were you doing it standalone or for something else? Like training for something else?
No, I did it standalone because I liked, like, I don't even know, because I think I went to my cousin Ava's dance recital like the year before, and I was like,
There's nothing like a dance recital to spark something inside of
I thought
you.
I broke my tailbone going to that, actually.
Wait, sorry. Wait, you thought you broke your tailbone going to the recital?
At the recital.
Wait,
Because
what did you do? Did you get up on stage or something?
No.
Wait, what happened?
Worse. You're talking about embarrassing moments.
Wait, no.
So they were like those chairs that flip up when you stand up
Oh no.
in the high school auditorium.
I know where this is going.
And my aunt was sitting in front of me. So I got up to whisper something in her ear, and I went to sit back down, and there was no seat there. And my bum slammed down onto the concrete, and then I started crying and was like, I can't walk right. And then I had to lay down across my car because I couldn't like sit because it hurt so bad. But apparently it's really hard to break your tailbone. So I didn't break it because they were like, if you broke it, you wouldn't be able to walk. And I was like, okay, well, I'm in a lot of pain.
I'm also in 6th
maybe
grade.
Let's reevaluate. I was probably in like 5th grade because it was before I started
pre-dance.
dance.
It was pre-dance. You were a mere onlooker.
All that being said, apparently I really liked that recital despite that.
And it sparked something in you.
Yeah.
Made you
And
wanna
so I
dance.
signed up for a jazz class and I loved it. I only did jazz when I was there. It was also like an expensive studio. So they like pulled, and at this time I
Dance
also was
also
playing
crazy expensive on its own.
Yeah. I was playing soccer in like, I was on like a travel team. So it was like year round. It wasn't just in the fall. I don't know if I was playing lacrosse at this point, but I definitely was playing basketball. So like on top of all of that, I was doing dance. And then my teacher pulled me aside and was like, I think you should join our company. And I was like, girl, that's every day. And
It's
you had to
intense.
take like jazz, tap, ballet, like I think you also had to help teach like the little kids.
That's what
And
I
I was
did.
like, Diva, I do not have time for this. I would love it. Also, I cannot afford this. And I know that for a fact.
That's fair.
So then I stopped doing that because it was conflicting with sports. And then I returned back to it in high school.
For theater?
Yeah, I think I did it sophomore year. And then I started to do it junior year, but it was just like too much. Or maybe it was junior and senior year. I think it was junior and senior year. But I did that with Sydney. Shout out, Sydney. We did ballet and tap. I hated ballet. Loved tap. Yeah. And that was like a way chiller studio.
Vibe.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah. I think I got into it because of theater, though, in high school.
That makes sense.
Because then I choreographed our production of Annie.
That's pretty awesome.
That was
Pretty
something.
fucking awesome. And the sun came up tomorrow.
Yes, it did.
That's what my
Played
experience.
Grace.
Wait, that's awesome.
Yeah, Miss.
Yeah.
I'm forgetting her name. We got Annie.
Yeah.
This is gonna kill me. I'm just gonna quit while I'm behind. That number is so good though. I love the 1980. Is it the 80s?
It's the 80s, I believe.
Yeah,
I think.
version of Annie. The one with
too.
Carol Burnett.
Yeah.
That one. That is the
Where
correct.
she's Miss
Hannigan.
Hannigan.
Yes. And who? There's someone else in it. He's Rooster. I forget his name though. I'm really blanking on.
No, but it's a star-studded cast.
Yeah. Very, very good.
Yeah.
I don't remember where we were before that.
We were talking about dance and our history with dance.
Yes. That's my history with dance.
I
Everyone wanted me to Irish step dance too, but I never did.
That is so awesome. We should get into that now.
Yeah.
No. Growing up, I danced also. I think I danced from ages like 10 to 15.
Yeah.
And I was a competitive dancer.
I didn't do any of that.
That was
just did it for like
low
the
key. That was
recital.
my bread and butter. I loved competing. Talk about expensive. Yeah, that was my parents were very growing up. You have to do a sport. You have to do something because pre-dance, I also was kind of a star-studded all-star. I did not as much as you, I don't think, but I did soccer, basketball, softball. And I think that's it. I did gymnastics a lot as a kid too.
I took a gymnastics
class. When I was younger, I did gymnastics. And then, when I got a little older, I did dance and gymnastics simultaneously. But yeah, I competed. I was a title holder for a year. It was
Wow.
no big deal.
We have a celebrity in our...
We do have a celebrity in the house.
In the mess.
No, it was so much fun though. I loved it. I did the whole I did a ballet, a jazz, a tap, a hip hop, a contemporary, a lyrical, a stretch.
What was your
gymnastics. I really, really liked contemporary and I liked ballet a lot. I liked the structure in ballet.
I don't like
And I really also liked, I also did a contortion class for a while and I loved contortion. That was like my favorite.
They have contortion at the pole studio.
I know. And I saw that and was like,
I don't bend like that.
Shout out Miss Mary. She was an awesome contortion teacher, and I loved contortion. Yeah,
you were like Mackenzie on
I'm
Dance
not. I'm not
Moms.
as much like that
Doing
now.
the acro.
Obviously, yeah, the acro solos.
Yeah.
Empty chair, do a solo. Sorry, Dr. Holly for the win. Anyways, yeah. Then I turned 15 and got depressed and had to stop. Which was really sad. I feel like that's how it always goes, unfortunately, but that was kind of my end to dance. I always really loved it, though, and wanted to keep going. It was one of those things that, again, I was like, okay, now I've missed a year and I've missed 2 years. I'm not as good as I used to be. I'd rather quit while I'm ahead and not, embarrass myself. Which, again, is that thing with hobbies. I feel like it's very difficult sometimes to want to continue something you're not good at, and that is
Even
one of my resolutions.
Even though you were good at because you had a title.
I wasn't as good as I could have been.
But you were a title holder. So
that
reflecting on the experience.
No, that is true. Reflecting on the experience, it was great. My mom was also a professional dancer when she was younger. She danced for 16 years and was a total diva, a dance diva. She was amazing. And so that was my thing. I was also like, I want to be just like you. And then, again, I got caught up with life and being 15 and had to stop.
You know what they say.
But here we are.
When you're 15.
Because when you're 15. No, she did say that and she meant it.
Yeah.
But here we are almost 10 years later and we're back to our dancing queen selves. Mm-hmm. We've been taking dance classes. They've kind of been a varying degree of dance.
Delaney has been wanting to take a dance class forever. When I lived with her at one point, I took a nap. I think was this on your birthday?
It was on my birthday.
Yeah.
It was a daytime nap too, which is, I don't know why, but the concept of napping is really hard for me.
I usually don't
can't nap.
But we were doing a bunch of stuff. Yeah, and we were getting ready for her party that she was having. And I was like, I just need
30 minutes. You were I just need to lay down.
I was 30 minutes. I'm going to set a timer and then I'm going to get up. I just need to lay down. I fell asleep. I woke up before the timer even went. I just woke up.
You felt the presence
at the foot of my bed, standing over me, and goes, "Can we take a ballet class?" And I went, "Yeah, sure." And then she went, "Okay." And then she walked out. And I was like, "How long were you there for?"
It was just one of those things that I was like, "Oh my God, I'm gonna forget if I don't ask right now. I'm gonna go in there." And then I was like, "Oh, she's sleeping." And then I was like,
maybe if I stand here, she'll feel me.
No, I was like, maybe she'll feel my presence. And I think you did because that's how you got up. But yeah, that's one of you've said before, that's one of your favorite Delaney moments.
Because you literally were just she wasn't sitting I was in Jackson's room because he was studying abroad. So he had a desk, there was a chair that she could have sat in.
No.
But she was just
Can
standing.
we take a ballet class, please? Okay, thank you. And then walk out. That was all I needed my answer, and then we left.
Yeah.
We still haven't taken that ballet class, but we will.
I said that we should. I have.
We will
been
be getting
like,
there soon.
We should. I have my ballet shoes.
I don't have any of my shoes anymore.
I have ballet shoes.
I'm probably missing.
I think I also have my. I don't know if I have my tap shoes
shoes.
here.
That's awesome.
But my tap shoes are in Connecticut, and they're ready. I want to take a tap class.
That's awesome. We should. I really enjoyed this hobby of workout classes, but there are a lot of other hobbies that I feel come and go easily, and I feel like it's really easy to develop some of those from hyperfixations.
Yes.
I kind of want to talk a little bit more about hyperfixations.
Absolutely.
And what some of those would entail. I know we did mention one last episode, which was the Titanic. I feel like the submersible also falls under the Titanic category.
Like really fair. Like this, I mean, like
you're more like pick your fighter. Are you Titanic or submersible? I think you're submersible.
Yeah, obviously. I think I am too. However, like we did have a Titanic day at school.
When you told me about that, you literally rocked my world. I was like, "What? You guys did what?"
Yeah. We just like dressed like we were on the Titanic, and like
crazy.
I remember I had a boyfriend in 6th grade, and we like danced, and everyone was like
the ship was going down.
Yeah, but like
wait, actually,
no, like we like I don't really know. I honestly like looking back, like why did we do that
in 6th grade too?
Like I think it was honestly, I think that my teacher just wanted us to bring in food.
Because, wait, like, what kind of food did you have to bring in?
But I know that we had food and drink. Like, I think she got like fake
party.
champagne
Titanic
glasses and put like like it was like
you were on the boat.
Like we were first class on there, which I don't know. That doesn't feel like
that doesn't even feel like the right. Yeah, wait, that's not the moral of the story here.
Most of us wouldn't have been first class. I definitely wouldn't have been.
What? That's great. Wait.
Then again, I'm a woman, so I would have been on a boat. Maybe.
Likely, depending if you were in the last class, you might not have even made it out.
Yeah.
Enough of that. But no, seriously though, like the Titanic is so crazy. And thinking about that, like I just get stuck on stuff like that to where I'm like, oh my God. Specifically, I also mentioned last episode, I have found out I'm obsessed with history and learning things like that. And I go into crazy, crazy rabbit holes a lot about historical context and things that happened. That is a big one. There's another one I'm thinking about right now that I cannot put my finger on. Oh my God, the family, the Romanovs.
Oh, I didn't have an obsession so much with them, but I really loved Anastasia growing up. The movie, which is based on that.
Yeah.
But I remember in high school I took AP Euro, and we did a unit on that.
Yeah.
And we had to make an argument whether or not Anastasia lived. And I went with yes, purely because I wanted her to.
Yeah.
And everyone was like, no, she didn't. And I was like, shut up.
Have you guys ever thought maybe she did?
Shut up.
Yeah, I love all of that stuff. I love the Radium Girls. I do love the Radium Girls, but I'm very interested in the Radium Girls. Triangle Shirtwaist Factory.
Yeah.
Lots of disasters.
Yeah.
So unfortunate. Could have been prevented so many ways. But yeah, I can't help but think about it all the time. And it's, wait, what's the thing? I'm going to sound millennial as hell right now. What's the thing the kids say? My Roman Empire? But
the submersible might be my Roman Empire.
No, but yeah, like in a way, yeah.
I still think about that. Like there's just so much around it that's just like.
Yeah, there's so much unknown. It's the unknown.
They had a hearing with like the Navy.
Yeah.
I looked into that. Like that was like fairly recent too. And like it is just crazy the amount of negligence that went into it, but also the amount of people who were just like, yeah, it'll be fine. Like just like, because when you're that rich, like you do just think everything will be just fine
and it will just get taken care of.
Yeah, like yes, you can buy your way out of almost anything, but when you're in like a submersible with that much water pressure, like I don't think money can save you in that. Actually, money is what killed them.
It can't, yeah, because we know how it ended. We think we know how it ended. We don't know entirely though, but there is so much to think about there.
Yeah. one of my hyperfixations. It was like, honestly, it happened in 2 waves. So I like really liked Star Wars growing up. I know you don't like Star Wars. Baby Gronk.
Baby Gronk.
Not the Baby Gronk you guys know.
Shout out to episode 1 when Kaylee brought up Baby Gronk, because we didn't give a full backstory on him though.
Wait, I brought him up
you
in
did,
episode
because
1?
we were talking about Star Wars and you said Baby Gronk, and you were
Did
like,
I?
yeah, you were like, Delaney thought Baby Gronk was Baby Yoda.
Yeah.
Because I was thinking of, what's his real name? Grogu. And I was thinking of Baby Gronk and Livy Dunn from TikTok. Again, I have severe TikTok brain rot. That might be gone now. This might just be real brain rot. But
back in our day, we had TikTok.
And we had Livy Dunn rizzing up Baby Gronk. Or Baby Gronk rizzing up Livy Dunn.
Yeah.
And the Rizzler. And also Big Justice and AJ. And also Ohio. I feel like that clip of Trixie and Katya. And they're rizzing up my grandma in Skibbity, Ohio. That's exactly how I feel right now.
Yeah.
But yeah, I got confused with the Grogu thing. Grogu and Gronk. You see where I'm going. Baby Gronk. But you love those
yeah, like I just like
Wars Among the Stars.
Yeah, because like the prequels came out like close to when I was like young. And I think my dad's ex-wife actually really liked Star Wars. So when I was over there, she kind of got me into it. And then it like continued. Like I was Padme from Attack of the Clones one year for Halloween in the white outfit. She has so many good outfits. That is the one thing I wish you would watch it, just because you will
and I will get there.
You would love Padme. She's such a freaking diva.
Star Wars is another situation like the Harry Potter stuff where I was hearing so much about it and I was getting so much like, oh my God, you haven't heard it? You haven't watched it? You haven't watched that? I've been like, no, and I'm never going to. Yes, last year, I pulled myself out a bit. Jackson is also a huge Star Wars fan. And we watched I'm going to say the first one. I don't know if that's right.
Episode 4.
We watched that. I thought it was fine. I was like, yeah, this is fine. We do have plans to eventually continue. Don't know when it's going to happen. Empire Strikes Back is one of like considered one of the greatest films of all time. Believe me, you're not the first person that's told me that.
Like,
and you will not be the last.
Like,
but no, I'm not.
I love Return of the Jedi.
I'm not grudging. I'm not grudging. Like, I will. But
I really feel like once you get to the prequels, like you will like it because it is like it's actually like very relevant, which is like kind of like scary. But anyway, I really liked it then. And then actually, someone I used to go to school with, her mom called my mom once. Because I had like the action figures.
No.
And her mom called my
the
mom.
Barbie thing? Or the thing with...
Yeah, and she was like,
Toy
can you just like have her stop talking about Star Wars? Like it's kind of all she talks about. And like all she has those like weird action figures. Like maybe have her play with a Barbie or something.
That's so
Little
crazy.
did she know I had suitcases of Barbies under my bed.
I did it all.
But like I liked the little action figures because their arms bent. Sorry. Like... I could bend their arms. I couldn't bend Barbie's arms or legs at that time. Unless they were the 12 Dancing Princesses Barbies, because those were awesome.
Speaking of toys growing up, like, and playing with stuff like that, I remember I had a little hyperfixation with many different brands of toys. Like, I would get really obsessed with a brand and then would make it my mission I would need to get like basically everything I could from that.
Oh, that was with Monster High
However,
dolls.
I did have a bit of an issue as a kid that I don't know how no one picked up on this, but I didn't like any of my stuff to be touched, not even by me.
Oh, like in the boxes?
Yeah.
So you were a collector?
Yeah, I just don't know how easy it is to call an 8-year-old a collector. When they're just
collecting,
afraid that it's going to get completely destroyed all the time and won't play with it.
Right.
My dad
wanted it to be perfect.
My parents had to build me a custom shelf that went around the ceiling of my bedroom for all of my toys to be displayed, not touched or played with, but just to be displayed up there so no one could touch them. And I would dust up there regularly. At first it was Build-A-Bear, where like, when you really think about it, a kid only needs one Build-A-Bear. No one needs more than that, if any. I think I had
But what
well
if your
over.
Build-A-Bear needs a friend?
Does it need 35 friends? No.
Okay, maybe not 35.
Lala
but
Loopsies.
Those things scared me.
Me too. That's why they stayed in the box because nobody like okay.
Why
and
did you get
and
them
anyone
then?
and anyone who like knew the Lala Loopsy vibe, like
was
they
like
were like they
Coraline.
were like dollhouse boxes basically.
Yeah.
They were big. Like they were like about the like width of one of these, and I had them lining the shelves. Not out of the boxes though. They could not come
So
out
you
of the
just
boxes.
had a Toys R Us in your room.
Essentially, but nobody could touch anything. Really unfortunate.
So like the worst kind of Toys R Us.
Yeah, where
Yeah.
no one can touch anything. I mean, don't worry. None of this went to waste. I have 3 younger siblings. They got played with
Yeah.
eventually when I forgot about them and came out of that. But like for
God, imagine that in
years,
Toy Story. Imagine that a plotline in
Dude,
Toy Story.
no, I can't even. Like imagine
They're like, we're finally getting played with.
and I remember like
the worst nightmare is not being played with.
No, and
that
my
was-
worst nightmare was them being played with or being like messed
And they
with.
were never played with.
like this like so ridiculous to the point where do you remember Justice fans, do you remember they used to have at the cash wraps, they used to have like they would get stuffed animals up there sometimes like
I remember all like the monogram stuff.
Yes, but they also had at one point Angry Birds stuffed animals, but they
I
were
believe
girls
it.
and they had bows.
Oh, they were justice.
The pigs had bows, the birds
course
had
they
bows.
did.
I had them. They stayed on the shelf. Even if I got like Beanie Boo keychains, they went up there and they were not touched. But I was obsessed with like getting like completing things, like completing collections of stuff and then not touching it ever.
I was big on Littlest Pet Shops.
I don't know, like this just came to my head. I'm kind of sensing the same thing just happened with my Sunny Angels. I'm having a real life realization in this moment. I know everybody
But
likely
you can't
knows.
play with Sunny Angels. Like,
Yeah, but,
no
like-
adult buys them. Okay, maybe you buy them to play with them. No
I bought
judgment.
a display case for them so that no one could touch them.
Well, okay. Here's the other thing, though. Like, I see your argument, but
It's nothing serious.
Like, where
I
else
just thought
do
of
they
it.
go?
No, it's nothing serious. I just thought of it and was like, wow, that's
because
another.
you also like organization.
Where did I put them when I first got them all? On the top
On the
ledge
shelf.
near the ceiling of the room, so they were out of reach again. Again, I don't think this is anything serious. I just am realizing patterns,
Yeah.
and yeah, I also am remembering when I was doing college remotely at home. I had a bunch of, that's when the Squishmallow boom happened. And no, it literally was the Squishmallow boom. Like
Like the baby boom, like the
yes,
Squishmallow
the
boom.
Squishmallow boom. I had so many, it was ridiculous. Ash Jackson, like I literally would be like, I need this
Well,
one.
no,
I
I
need this
know
one.
you have so
But
many.
they would
'cause
all sit in a
we just
corner.
were in your closet, and there's a whole vacuum
I
sealed
have them
bag
vacuum
of them.
because I also can't get rid of them.
No,
They can't
I
go.
have a thing with
They
getting
can't
rid of.
They
like,
can't go
stuffed
anywhere. They
animals.
can't go anywhere, dude. But also, no one should be touching them because those are
They're
really
dirty.
easy to get dirty. And then you gotta wash them, and then I don't know, just something about it. I do have a lot of stuffed animals like around my apartment,
jelly
just like
cats?
sitting out. The jelly cats. That's literally yeah.
But you don't have a lot of jelly cats.
No, because I had to be like, that's
expensive.
enough. I
They're
can't
too
be doing that
expensive.
anymore. It's crazy.
Like I could make that maybe. I could get like an off-brand and like put eyes
You should
on
make
it.
that
Maybe
as a hobby. Make stuffed animals. Do that next.
that's a lot.
Kidding. Sorry.
I
Gonna
don't have any room in my apartment for that hobby. I will say during COVID, my hyperfixation
I just thought of one.
was Adam Driver,
Yeah.
but like also Star Wars, but like specifically like Adam
for
Driver.
him,
Like
kind of.
it was like a like
The air freshener you used to have in your car. She used to have an.
I
Adam
still
Driver.
have it.
Oh, sorry.
It's still in there.
There's just no
And
sense.
every time I get in my car at home, it like that was a different me. I really can't emphasize that enough. Like
You do always point it out, and you're like, I can't believe I still
because
have that in here.
it really is like like why did I do that? Like no hate to him.
The
He's
air
a great
freshener of his face is so funny.
He's a
I don't know
great
why.
actor. Like he's so talented, but like there were things going on that like
Yeah.
were just really really crazy. And in this current day, looking back, like, there's questions to be asked.
There's questions
that I can't answer.
Maybe no one can.
Yeah, like I was really into Star Wars during COVID. Like I bought lightsaber earrings.
That is awesome.
For May the 4th.
Speaking of, that's awesome.
Saying that out loud made me want to die.
Speaking of jewelry,
I never wore them either.
During COVID, my hyperfixation was...
I got a mask. I had a Star Wars mask that I ordered on Etsy.
Mask?
Like fabric.
Okay, I thought you meant like one of the stormtroopers.
No. I did get Kylo Ren's lightsaber, though.
I do remember that.
Like, what a freak.
No, but I get it. No, but I get
Freakish behavior.
I get it, though.
Anyway,
it was an interesting
continue
time.
on.
My hyperfixation was... making clay jewelry. And
okay, that sounds like a business.
It does until you find out that I never did anything with it, except if you go into my room now at home in Florida, I don't know how you didn't see, probably because I threw them away. When you and Tyler came to visit for Christmas, I literally was picking like from like deepest corners of my room, like clay rings that were smushed and throwing them away from like 4 years ago. Because
did not notice that.
Ash Jackson, it's ridiculous. I was in a point where I was like... yeah, I think I just like want to be an artist. I don't want to do anything but create. I had also bought like a ton of like ceramic jewelry trays from Target that were pretty cheap and was painting them and glazing them like with like Mod Podge basically. They're all sitting in my closet.
Glazing them with Mod Podge is awesome.
Jackson bought me a printmaking kit for our first anniversary because I said I wanted to start making clothes. Sitting under my bed. Like every second with me, we spend all of our time together when we can.
Yeah.
And Jackson is typically with us. There's a bit of a hesitancy sometimes when I like ask for something. I'm never really asking, but I'm just like kind of being like, hey, don't you think it would be a cool idea if I started doing this or doing that? To kind of fact check myself and be like, would that be where am I when I asked for the
like
trampoline?
The tattoo gun?
Oh, or that.
Yeah, no, the trampoline I was funny. Like, you can't get a trampoline.
I saw on TikTok Shop one of the little trampolines and I was like, oh my God, that's perfect. That's another fitness thing I can do. I can jump on the trampoline.
Though?
Nothing. It does nothing. And I know that now. And that's why I didn't buy it. But the thing I did buy was a tattoo gun.
With fake skin to practice on.
I'm not going to lie, I wasn't terrible at it.
I know you weren't,
but it wasn't perfect, so I had to stop. I had to stop.
And then you were like, I'm going to tattoo. Like, this is awesome. Like, I'm going to tattoo people. She was like, do you want to get a tattoo? And I was like, maybe at a studio.
Caitlin was like, sure, we can do it today. And I was like, no, actually, I don't feel confident enough. I remember I told my coworkers one day that I was learning to tattoo and horrible mistake. It instilled confidence in me.
At
my corporate job, they were like, I remember one of my coworkers was like, Delaney, like, are you confident enough in tattooing? And I was like, oh no, I should not have even said that.
Are you confident enough?
And I was like, I'm sorry, I can't tattoo you. I actually have made a huge miscalculation. I'm really not that good at it. I just have it and practice, but that doesn't mean I'm good. In terms of hobbies, can we talk about the phrase "get a hobby"? I want to start bringing that back.
Yeah.
That's an awesome thing to say to someone.
Also, like when someone's the same as like pick on someone your own size.
No, that's like a classic like what? Like if someone ever was like get a hobby, I would be like stopped in my tracks. I'd be like, yeah, what the hell? I have one. Wait, what makes you think I don't have a hobby? Like that would make me think for so long. And it's pretty goofy, but like thinking about telling someone to get a hobby is awesome. That's literally pick on someone your own size.
Yeah. Pick on somebody your own size.
Why I oughta. That's literally, or that's like, what else am I thinking? I'm thinking of another one that's really good, but I can't. Now, now you. I'm making stuff up. I'm making stuff. Say it. I was gonna say now you've gone and done it this time.
No, that's a real one.
I was like, wait, did I just make that up?
It's usually like when you reveal something bad.
Now you've gone and done it this time. Like that just sounds so like.
That's good.
Now you've gone and done it this time, I guess.
I mean, it's not good if you've gone and done it.
If you've gone and done it this time, it is
Someone's
not
telling you
good.
that you did something.
They want you to go and get a hobby.
Yeah.
But honestly,
pick on someone your own size.
Or pick on someone your own size. But honestly, people do need to get a hobby, including myself, and stick to the hobby.
Yeah.
I don't really know how I'm planning on keeping myself to that. I think my best approach right now is having someone to keep me accountable, hence our situation here.
Yeah.
I think it's been a lot easier for me to stick to stuff. I mean, like, to be so honest, in a way, you could say this podcast is a hobby. Because it's something creative that we've been wanting to do for a while, that we've been like, how do we ensure we don't just talk about it and then...
Yeah. That's why we look busted AF in the first episode.
Yeah, because it was literally...
Because I actually was coming here and wanted to be like, can we not do it? Because I look like this.
And I was like, we have to do it now.
Yeah, so that's why I actually wore that hat, because my hair looked
I was also wearing a hat.
Atrocious.
I never wear a hat, but I was also like, my bangs are literally going to my ears right now. I need to...
Yeah, it was...
cover in mask.
My bangs were very greasy.
But we did it.
Edward was with us.
Edward was with us, and we did it, and here we are now.
Episode 3.
Not 1, not 2, but 3. Like, that is so special.
I feel like it's also very hard, like, living in New York and, like, finding a hobby that's not super expensive.
We're super far.
Easy
to get to. Like,
but also, like, I have anxiety and social anxiety. So anytime, like, I want to meet new people so bad.
I just can't do it.
But
I have a really hard time.
So, yeah.
Putting yourself out
scary.
there. Putting yourself out there is hard.
Yeah.
Especially if you get embarrassed easily.
That is true.
It is really hard. It's really hard to find people that you, like, want to talk to. And it's also really easy when you have a best friend to be like, well, I need no one else. And I won't lie, that is kind of my sitch a lot of the time, where I'm like, well,
we'll just do it together.
We'll just do it together. And that is great sometimes.
No,
but
it
it is really, I feel like it is really hard to find a good community or other people to hang out with. Even if you're, and I mean, I don't know if anyone else has this issue. Sometimes I socially get weird where I'm like, oh, if we're not best friends, they must hate me. And that's not true whatsoever. That's what we have friends and acquaintances for.
Yeah.
For people to, you know, talk to and hang out with occasionally. And that can be kind of hard to find. But,
yeah.
You know.
I mean, maybe we're planning something related to meeting new people and events. So, I guess.
Just an idea. I don't know.
Yeah.
Just maybe something...
Maybe just
we've
like
thought about.
Follow us and like keep up with us, and maybe you'll hear about it and be interested. Yeah.
If you want to meet new people too.
Yeah.
Or do cool things.
Yeah.
If you don't want that though, that's also totally fine. I understand not everyone's cup of tea to do cool things or meet new people. But if it seems like it might be in your wheelhouse, then I would highly recommend just keeping an eye on us.
Yeah.
It doesn't have to be a close eye. But just an eye. From
Yeah.
afar, from up close.
Whatever
suits your
distance you
fancy.
prefer.
Yeah. We're not picky here.
No.
But maybe you'll even get a new hobby out of some of these potential activities. Or a hyperfixation. Wait, can we be someone's hyperfixation? That would be awesome.
If we're your hyperfixation,
Tell us.
Tell us. We want to hear about it.
No, because I fear that we have become my hyperfixation.
Low-key same.
Because the same...
But it can't have a burnout, though.
It can't have a burnout. No, we've got to make a pact here to keep ourselves consistent and not too obsessed.
Yeah.
But we'll see. We'll see how that goes.
Yeah. So instead of burning out, we're going to quit while we're ahead. For this episode.
Not for all
Not
time.
forever.
We would never do that.
I saw the fear in her eyes for a
No,
second.
because I went, wait, we're done? That's crazy.
This is my last episode.
And I'm done forever. And I'm also leaving forever.
Yeah.
I'm actually leaving all social media. Kidding. I could never do that, honestly. I wish I could. I love when people go off the grid. That will never be my journey, though, sadly. I must be connected to others.
Yeah.
It's just my life path.
It's your destiny.
It's my destiny to be connected to others via social media.
Yeah.
It is my true one destiny.
Yeah.
And if it's yours too, then do that. Do that with us. Stay connected. Follow us on Instagram, TikTok, if she's still with us. Once again, we are unsure at the time. Subscribe to us on YouTube. Follow us on Spotify. Check us out. We will likely have a new playlist up soon.
Yeah.
We will probably have another blog post or two. And watch the IG because we might be posting some more content and teasers.
Yeah, or something like
That's
that.
just an idea, though. I don't know. If we hate it, we can not do it. Or if they hate it, we cannot do it. It kind of just depends on like how everyone feels. If everyone likes it and if they don't hate it.
Yeah, we actually live for all of you, so.
Honestly, in a way, yeah.
Yeah, and we hope you live for us too.
Yeah.
Thanks for tuning in.
This has been episode 3 of We Get That A Lot, and we will see you next